Yo, this is the ScarcityStudios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been able to speak to Mitch and we are now able to tell his story. The police don't like Mitch. The notorious Birmingham rapper had been restricted from entering the city upon his release from prison this year on tag conditions. But I can now reveal they have been lifted and he was able to attend Ibiza with Fredo at Murky Festival with PGENT.
Very good. Well done. Got my ankle back.
Alright, this is how Pattern Gang pull up on the island, bro. You hear me?
Mitch is about to make history for Birmingham. He's signing a major record deal with a major record label, Island Records, straight off the back of Mitch Tape 2 and not long released from prison.
Right, like a beer man. Listening to beer.
Which way you doing it?
Let's fake it. We gotta fake.
There is a lot of gossip and rumours around his name, but these are the facts and this is his story.
Boys to men and we're men now. I need men for my skeng now. Paid in full, man, I'm mitching. On site, we ain't itching. Boys to men and we're men now. I need men for my skeng now. Paid in full, man, I'm mitching. On site, we ain't itching.
As he depicts in his new BBC One extra, Tiffany Calver freestyle, his early years spent in the Handsworth area of Birmingham, a known burger bar stronghold, before moving to the Johnson-controlled Newtown area of the city. He remained associated to Newtown throughout his life, even after starting to live in the Kings Norton area in the south of the city, at which time it had started to rival the north side for its gang culture. In 2011, he was jailed for 7 years and 10 months for a robbery that he did in the Weardy Castle area. It wasn't until Mitch was released, he debuted on P110 with his song Pagans. This was filmed in Newtown with GMG Get Money Gang, where he starts to tell his story and his wars and his past. In 2016, a rap attack on Grime Blog and a scene smasher on P110, demonstrating his clever metaphors, double meanings and punchlines. In July, he came with Money Mitch 1, the music video on P110 again. Cinematic visuals this time where he's telling a story, he's come up, the problems that come with it, the pros and the cons of the road life and the risks associated.
Trying to get my lines up to 4 9s. I want 4 9s and 4 lines and all mine. Get it gone like Harry Potter gone. I'm a proper shotter. In jail I was a happy shopper.
At this point, his hood's hottest freestyle was speaking on the problems he faced with the police and the gang unit, blaming his gang for involvement in a war that was stirring in the city and saying that he was part of it and a high-ranking member.
If I say my man's a dead man, my mum's yard's due to get a visit from a fed man. Where I'm coming from is madness. One bag of badness, leave your Marjay in some sadness. Anything is standard. Like the white boys had to cut mash for them bangers.
This is where Mitch first started to collaborate with rappers from out of the town, from my block to your block, on Link Up TV with K Lizzie from Manchester. They also featured on the legendary album Peaky Blinders mixtape, but the police believed that the war going on between GMG and Armed Response AR from the Handsworth based gang, resulting in the jailing of Lynch for 27 years in relation to the violence, along with various others. The Birmingham Mail reported at the time, Birmingham rap artist and leading gang member is back behind bars after being caught up in a series of city gun incidents where he may have been the target. Mitch had been recalled to prison by the Probation service after being present during at least 2 shootings. He's a member of Newtown's Get Money Gang, as he had previously featured in glossy music videos with the rap star known as K Lizzie, but the paper said that their dreams now look shattered as they're both sent to prison because K Lizzie was caught with a firearm and sent down for 11 years as well. So at this time, there was both in prison.
Drug money, flip bricks, nigga, and make some more money. Thinking about the days when I was broke bummy. Yeah, we young rich niggas, but we still hungry.
Detective Sergeant Alteague from the gang unit said obviously there was an issue with him being shot at, and on numerous occasions. He was also a risk himself. Mitch is undoubtedly a prominent member of GMG and was embroiled in some kind of dispute with other gang members in 2016. He was present at least 2 shootings that resulted in people being shot, and we think he was the intended victim. This was the force priority in terms of the risk he posed in terms of firearms, but also the risk he posed to others in his company as well as himself, with being the victim of further firearm incidents. The gang unit said they put a lot of effort into trying to work with him to try and break his gang affiliation, but they also targeted him through traditional action, otherwise meaning they raided him. They executed a warrant at his home address and found a number of live rounds. He told me that there was actually found in his garden, so there wasn't even in his property, hence why this wasn't enough to charge him. He was arrested. Such was the threat around him at the time that the local probation team decided that it was the correct thing to do was to recall him to prison for the remainder of his license that he was currently serving. This was an unusual decision because they hadn't charged him, but such was the threat around him that the probation understood that he was better off inside. That was their actual quotation that they said. Following the convictions of Lynch and the recall of Mitch, they launched Operation Yarn. Well, to be honest, they started Operation Yarn in 2015 when the police issued for an injunction to take out, this was a landmark injunction, it had never been done before, against members of Get Money Gang GMG and Armed Response AR due to the escalation of violence that started in 2015, which involved murder, attempted murder, and in a 6-month period there was 22 reported firearm discharges related to them. They did a review of 50 people and they've whittled it down to 20 that they wanted to focus on to get these orders put on. The interim order went through in February of 2016 where they figured out what exclusion zones they would do and what the power of arrest would be, and then it wasn't until May 2017 that they actually finalised it. They received lots of evidence from witnesses and the trial ran on, and 17 people was given an injunction where it was banning them from certain areas in the city. They was not allowed to associate with each other, not allowed to contact each other, not allowed to be seen with each other, or they could face arrest. They was excluded from areas of Birmingham including Winson Green, Lascelles, Aston, Handsworth, Newtown and various other places, and they could be arrested if seen in these places. So that meaning that you can no longer reference them gangs, so you would no longer be hearing anybody shouting out GMG or AR in the same way for the period of that duration. These injunctions was carried out for 2 years. They actually run out yesterday, which is July the 12th when I'm recording this. During this time, Mitch was sent to Winson Green prison. He was then moved to London and maintaining a strong relationship with his fans inside by filming occasional freestyles, and he also did Mixtape 1 was recorded in prison on WhatsApp. This showed that technology helps keep rappers in touch with fans even in prison now.
Wait, let me catch it up. Money, man, I stack it up just to see a baby mother back it up. 3 bags a day was my wages. Remember when we rubbed the Akis for the dingers? Asked the ups, I was sliding for ages. Just me and my young G, doing things for a thrill like I'm jumping out of bungee. Trying to chase it like Meat Mill. It was peak still, shootouts gave me a cheap thrill. Come on. Hey.
He did it in his own unique sort of way because him and Fredo then went on to do PG Tips, which was a song that he recorded from prison. They released that in November 2017 on P110, and Mitch's verse was actually recorded on a phone. This got 1.5 million views.
Mitch just done a Mazza now, he's going on a sauna trip. He's shooting up in London because in Birmingham he's bored of it.
We pattern bait, we pattern up the blue tape in Westminster. Me and Billy pattern in a skin to bun. Check my CV, I made the ups do the chicken run. Bad man that take no talk. Treat the dingers like a go-kart. He's a tin man with no heart.
With the help of his long-term friend and producer Triple B from 2000 and Triple Studios in Birmingham, in 2018 and a collaboration with U-Tunes, they did a cartoon music video on U-Tunes YouTube channel, again keeping himself relevant with fans, and it was a very clever video. When Mixtape 1 dropped in 2017, it took you on a journey. It's a very insightful mixtape and highly recommended, and with Mixtape 2 ready to drop, and I can reveal it's going to feature Birmingham rapper currently incarcerated, KB. It's sure to set levels upon its release. And a common misconception is that Fredo and Mitch met in prison during his 2017 stint. Features in Pattern Gang music video going back as early as 2016. On his release in 2019, he went straight to Kenny Allstar's. He delivered a hard-hitting freestyle over, again, a triple beat beat, and showed fans how serious he took his return and the music as a career option now. His Mad About Bars was actually taken down. It was reported for bullying and harassment. It had over 500,000 views at the time.
Thunder and lightning, cause we ain't sliding on your side ting. In the field like a Viking, stuck with the lies king. Cause you the type that loves typing. Mazza in my best clothes, I was looking well smart. I'm from West Midlands, yeah, the South Park. Funny boy, ha ha, your mouth smart. I kill my DJ Kenny like South Park. Free the bin cause I've been in there. Raised couple.
Mitch didn't let this phase him, and he followed it up with Money Mitch 2, the music video on grmdaily. This actually featured Birmingham rapper and 2-3 driller Smugsy Ace in the actual video, showing his connections and loyalties that still remained in Birmingham. And he also had a cameo from his friend and Manchester legend up in Rusholme, Zico. This had over nearly 3 million views in 1 month. He then linked up straight afterwards with Manchester artist and singer Mastermind to do the song New Drip, fast approaching 1 million streams in a matter of days. So the way that Mitch has managed to turn it all around, from the gang unit trying to lock him up for the rest of his life, to the papers writing off his music career, to ending up getting signed by Island Records. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this. So please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.